cum! Ew, it's goo cum! Oh my god, it looks like the bottle's having gooey goo sex here. Look at that. Look at that. All this jizz from the bottle goes goo. I mean, the camera doesn't do it justice. I mean, I wish I had a zoom camera. I wish I had my Samsung here, but Samsung here is just downloading into the camera, into the. Yeah, I know. I'm using an old wire download. What can I say? I'm analog, right? But you know, if I could just put the camera to zoom lens, I can probably get some goo cum here. Show pictures. Look at that. Look at that. It's all goo. It's all cum. It's all jizz. It's all like. I'm just basically refilling an old. I found an old. While doing some house cleaning a couple days ago, I just found an old bottle of soap. So what happens is it's all old bottle of goo here, and look at that. It looks like snot. It looks like jabbing. Well, see the camera. See, it's all like goo, and all, I mean, if I put it in the light, it's all like sludgy. It's all like sludgy mucus-looking crap here. It's all like, oh, look at that! I just picked it up. It looks like someone had a bad cold or something. As Peter Venkman say, as Peter Venkman say, oh, ew, Egon, someone has a cold and you want to keep it, Egon. And then he says, Egon, you're mucus. It's like ectoplasm soap. See? It looks like. But like I said, I like to recycle everything, so every drop gets recycled. See all this crap at the top. It's like probably not a drop left of. Yeah, it's not a drop left. See, there's still some here that I'm gonna try and wiggle into the little pit of goo there. See, every little drop counts. See? That's how you be thrifty. See, every little drop counts. This is very concentrated soap, so you know every little tiny drop counts as a big cleaning suds and stuff. Big cleaning suds for whatever the hell you're trying to wash off your hands. In this case, you see the poo? See the poo-poo? Or just gardening crap, or maybe you got some household crap, or maybe I'm just cleaning my glasses or something, right? So, and you can see I lost a lot of, as you can see in this video, I lost a lot of weight from doing some work, non-stop work over at the Calgary Stampede, so I got some muscle build-up in the bum and the leg muscles and the back muscles. And nothing too fancy, because it was only just 3. Ooh, bubbles! Oh my God, some bubbles came out. Oh, bubbles! So you know, one thing at the Calgary Stampede, they didn't give us enough for 2018. They didn't give us enough cleaning materials. So something we've requested next year, that they give us enough supplies. Just give us a shitload of supplies. It'll last 2 years. Every restock of supplies lasts us 2 years, and then we can go and then we can clean out whatever the hell. Because it's only the infield of the grandstand, not the grandstand itself. Like only the super rich elite Calgarians can go watch the rodeos, watch the chuck wagon races from the fancy box seats. It's a privilege that they have. The beer gardens is also a privilege there. So the brooms are in pretty good shape still. If anything, I can suggest is clean out the filters from your aircon systems. That way, AC systems in the kitchen will last a bit longer, just a bit longer. They do it because the dishwasher is very humid. So let's see if we can. So we got another. Well, there we go. Another trick you can get is trying to break the concentrated pressure valve there. And you can get a few more drops in there, see? See, as you can see, we have a huge blob of a huge drop of goo there. Got some goo from the sides here. Like I said, it may not amount to much. It may not look like it's mounting to much, but it is mounting to much. See, this is some really strong slime. So this is some strong soap. So what happens is it looks like it looks like I'm fingering something. Oh, that's gross. But like I said, this I love to recycle. I love to reuse everything. I'm thrifty that way. Every drop is important because every drop is precious. It's cheap, I know, but whatever, man. It's nothing. It's a toppy way. It's a toppy way is reuse. Use everything you can. Nothing goes to waste. So you added a few more drops there. These blobs are eventually gonna fuse with the bottom here. Fuse with the main body of sludge there. See, before all the soap that all the solid soap, all the solid body became here, going up there, and then I did this trick, scooping up everything I can, and I gained. Oh, I'll show you. See, when I poured all the soap in there, it only went up to here, right? It only went up to here, like that, and then I did the whole saving trick where I tried to salvage every drop of it, and it went up from here to here. So that's quite a bit. And see, as you can see, there's still some soap on the sides here that are slowly it's slowly rising. See, as you can see, it's slowly going upwards. So slowly rising because all this stuff on the side is slowly dripping down. If anything, this resembles a huge bottle of Sprite. See, look at that. See, a huge drop. So what we're going to try to do is close the bottle here, hang this upside down for a bit longer. And do an old ketchup bottle trick and just let it sink to the bottom here, fill up in the cap reservoir, and then see how much we can save. We just gotta be careful not to drop this, otherwise we're going to lose a whole bunch of it. Lose a whole batch of soap. So, and then what you can do is you can also do this to dish soap too. Is that when it drips to the side, don't take it from the bottle, but just grab it. Just grab a rag or soap sponge and just clean off the sides, and you'll find yourself at least a few loads of dishwashing dish soap or hand soap, a few runs worth of soap still. Then you can extend the bottle's life that way too. So we got this bottle back in let's see here, the best before date of this was when was this created? This was made back in 2011. So it's 2018 right now. So several years. Looks like the drips on the bottle doesn't want to go in the reservoir. We have ways of making you talk. Let's see what we can do here, shall we? That's 1, 2, 3. There we go. See, it's slowly coming out. There's a slow lip of it coming out there. Like I said, any there is slowly coming out. So maybe help it out a little bit there. There we go. See, look at that huge blob. You might be able to use water too, just to flush it out one more time. See, it looks gross. I know, because this is actually clear. This is clear soap, not the opal kind of soap, opalescent kind of a pearl colored soap. So it looks like some kind of sexual fluid here, but. Or maybe Jabba the Hutt's looks like snot, but looks disgusting. I know, but I know that. But whatever. Well, as long as I can save a few dollars here and there. You can also do this with dollars. You can also do this dollar store soap as well. Everything for a loony store. You can also get refills that way. But don't always be so eager to throw things away. Such a throwaway culture we live in, you know. That's right, my little pretties. There we go. Sometimes the ketchup you gotta not just tap it, but bring it. You can not just tap it, but you can also put a little knife in there too, and then just loosen it up, and then it'll just start flowing. Before it gets congealed there. Well, we're down to 12 minutes, so it's just 12 minutes fingering some cum, some soap. See, the levels are slowly starting to. This level here is slowly starting to rise. So this is an important trick if you're very, very budget minded. If you're a student still, or you have a kid full. You're a homemaker. You have a house full of kids. You know, house full of kids, and they get themselves into some gooey mess. Some really gooey mess playing out in the dirt and stuff, and you know. And we'll just grab a rag and we'll just clean the table here too. I want to see it. Oh, I want to see how high this thing goes. Wow, it goes pretty high actually. The gelatin formation of the soap here. I'll show you. The gelatin formation of the soap sometimes makes it difficult to flow like ketchup. So, but see, we almost have a full bottle just by doing this whole trick. Just by saying, I mean, I had this much of soap left up to here to there, and then I poured it all up to here, maybe up to here, and then I added a bunch of soap there at the bottom, so I added a huge few inches of this stuff. And it looks like suspended. This looks like suspended. What's it called? Suspended Sprite. Sprite suspended in time. See, we have huge flows of lava flows of you can just get this off your fingers here too. Get this off your fingers. Get this off your fingers. You know, being all environmental. Preserve everything you have. Preserve your money too. You know, this bottle cost you maybe $12, so you made it last for maybe three whole sprays, or 3 whole fills up. drop some on the side there. Some crap on the side. Very slowly. I know, it looks like sex fluids. But it's not, I assure you it's not. And this stuff, whenever you do gardening work, whenever you do work on the machines in the house, in the suburbia, or you need to, you have bathroom mess, usually for bathroom mess, or you have paints for the kids, or you just clean up after the dog and you get some of the crap on your hands, or this basic filth that we get from living in a enclosed fancy space. Even though your house is clean, it's still very mucky. With God knows what kind of filth, So this is how you can save money keeping yourself clean, keeping your loved ones clean. See, huge drop right there. A huge drop is every huge drop that you save equals one hand wash. Remember that, because this stuff suds up. Soap usually suds up, right? And suds up very powerful. You get sick and you have a bad time with you get sick and you have a real bad time with real mucus. So I think that's it. I think I don't know how to get the rest of the stuff out. Well, maybe I should just hold it for one night and flow it out. Yeah, let's do it like that. The ketchup way. And that's how you save a few dollars. By using every last drop. And like I said, when you're doing the dishes, or see, there's lots of sludge on the sides here. So what you do is it builds up, it dries up, right? But you can still apply water to it. And when you apply water to it, you get this huge sudsy powerful foam even from the sides. So you have a few washes there, like I said, from the residue on the sides. So let's see if this stuff is slowly flowing. Yeah, see. Stuff is slowly flowing to the bottom. I'm just basically squishing it, pressing the button here. See, you have this little thing there, but it's just you still got a lot of sludge, and then the sludge will eventually be pulled down by gravity downwards, and then you can see, like I said, if you have like lots of kids, or I prefer to have like a few kids as well. And this is a good trick that you can use to save yourself a few kids saving dollars, because kids get all mucky with they're eating their food and they get it all over their face, get whatever's on their face, ice cream, sticky candies, paint, blood. We heard them. They lose their teeth by accident, or they get a nosebleed. Especially here, last time I got a nosebleed was when I was a kid, actually. Here in dried out Alberta, it's like middle of the night. It's middle of the night. It's all dry. Something pops in there. So I only got that once as a kid. So I guess that was a muddle load of all blood, and it was really gross. And pink eye. This prevents pink eye by cleaning yourself. You have pets, pets slobber on you, poop on the floor, and you pick up the poo and you get the poo on your hands, and you try to use rags or you try to use gloves, and basically cleaning the place. I do not suggest using this. This is too harsh to use on pets, though. This is actually, I don't know, strong smell. As you can see, my theory is working. It's all dripping to the bottom, so we're gonna try that. We're gonna try this method by trying to hold the bottle upside down. They all drip to the bottom, and then I kind of get a few more drops left. Get a few more drops into here. But we're coming to our 20-minute mark, so I'll see you maybe in 30 minutes as soon as I get this crap off my camera. I need to start start transferring the videos, my last team killing videos from my Star Kingdoms game and Mythia game, and maybe I'll start posting some Star Kingdoms and Mythia videos right here too. But this is where I've been. This is where I've been lately. I've been working at the Calgary Stampede, so like I said, I've been doing the infield of the rodeo, the specialized fancy box area. That actually gets filled with lots of crap, beer bottles at nights. But it's helped. I mean, I've gained a little bit more weight, but I've lost a lot of weight too, off the back and off my legs. And the more muscles you make, the more it devours the fat. So I just start taking care of this now more though. But it was good to. But like I said, we did a good job of the very little resources we had, soaps and stuff. Toilet soaps. In my case, it was a floor mop and goo. So basically, I did the same trick. I take a bottle. If we got low on a jug full of crap. Let's hold it this way so we don't drip it on ourselves. Oh wow, it's not coming out anymore. If we got low on a bottle full of crap, then what I would do is I would fill it up with water, and dilute it, and it still worked very, very well. So, or I have hand spray full of orange clean. Some kind of orange fluid that smelled like oranges, but I don't think it was oranges because it was chemically based. I filled those up with water too, and it pretty much lasted a few extra days. And because they have a jar, right? They have a jar which, if you ever work in a fast food place, they have these they have sanitizers and cleaners, and then in the sink area too, which is hooked up to the which is pretty much hooked up into the into the water outtake. So, or not water outtake, but hooked up into the sink. So then, I would fill with my spray bottles up with those if I really got low, which was like maybe every 3 days or so, and then I would fill it up. If it was deeply orange, I know that the concentration was really, really strong, so I would dilute it all with water, and then make the bottle less. So doing these kind of things also would save your company, make you look good, but but they won't care because they have like infinite amounts of budget. But I guess in this case, the Stampede is trying to save money, so they were relying on the ingenuity of diluting resources and making their machinery last longer. They have like all these brooms, they have all these spray hoses and stuff. So pretty much all my other videos will be end up like this, just me scooping up all this residue. And see the residue, yeah. See, as you can see, there's a huge thickness over here of soap still. So I guess gravity is the only way to get this to come down. Okay, so we'll end the video here. I was not expecting to make this video, but then I decided, why not? You guys deserve another domestic way of preserving your money. Because if you can get yourself a few of these bottles here and do these tricks, it could last a pretty good 10 years. That's a good 10 years of because you still got to use this stuff up, right? So that's a year right there, maybe a year and a half right there, and then so maybe fill it up, and then that's like 10 years there, and then 5 years there, maybe 5 years. So maybe this bottle will last you 10 years, and while you're doing that 10 years, you don't have to spend money on another bottle. Try to use as much resources, use up as much less resources as you can. I know this may sound antithesis to antithesis thesis to the consumer society we live in, but try to preserve as much as you can. If you got 10 kids, or if you got like 4 kids, some people are having 4 kids from different multiple marriages and whatnot, and that's okay. This is a good way of saving, because you want to make your resources last too. And more resources you can save, you can go on vacations, or even better, save up for school, or not just save up for school, but save up for the family's future prosperity. Because your family could become an economic system as well. But if you're single too, that's okay. I mean, you're still creating your unique contribution to society, by being you, your real you. That's the thing about. It's another rant too. See, a huge, like 3 little drops right there. That's like 3. I scooped them up. I just scooped them up from the little rungs of soap that fell in between the screw threads here. That's a lot. See. My boss keeps on saying, "We're not that cheap." Yes, we are. This is the Rockefeller way of doing it too. Just to be sure, just to inform you, Rockefeller was micromanaged, and he tried to micromanage everything about the waste and stuff. I learned this trick at McDonald's too. See, at McDonald's, we have huge bags of ketchup that we use to add to the burgers, to flavor the burgers, and ketchup and mustard and whatnot. We have huge bags of it, and those cost like $5 each. So, if you still have lots of ketchup left over in it, then why not use it, right? Why not use it? So we have a little kind of not a stick, but a kind of like, yeah, it's a stick, I guess, but it's a very tight stick of a spring on either side. Just two sticks, and we attach it to the ketchup bottle and kind of squeeze it out. And you can do this. You can get this for toothpaste as well. Make your toothpaste last longer too. Like every less morsel of toothpaste, or so in this case soap, and you save yourself $10, and then spend, because in $10, because in 10 years that $10 won't be worth $10. It'll be like worth maybe 5 or something due to inflation. So you'd be paying more. So why pay more, right? So, oops. Let's close this off again. Sticky on the sides. Ooh, you can also use the sides too. My sticky hands are, my soap-covered hands are. Let's do it, and then we can sticky on the sides. And when we're ready to dispose of this bottle, just have a good hand wash there. Because that goes to the theme of. And there you have it. How to save yourself money and continue to keep your kids clean. 5 of them, or 4, 3 or 4 of them. Like I've got old batteries that I found in the trash. That still have a good charge. They're dead, and they won't. They're technically dead, but they still have a good charge. For my grandpa's old rotary shaver, so I still use that. See, sometimes you don't always have to get new stuff. You can always reuse. See, now it's starting to drip into the main body here, and see, remember when we first started this video? This is where it was initially, and then, or up here initially. Then I added a huge inch right there, And then I'm adding I perhaps get a full bottle. I could get a whole bottle here. See, you got some slowly rising up. Yeah, it's slowly rising up. See. There's an old Chinese legend there's an old Chinese saying that when you to get kids to eat the fullness of their whatever, not to leave any food behind in their rice bowls or field scraps behind. And the saying goes that if you don't clear out your bowl, your wife something about this applies to girls as well. That if you don't clear out the bowl, you have little bits of rice here and there because you eat the main concentration of rice in the frenzy of eating. Because Chinese people like to eat food fast because the storyline goes is that you got millions of people. You got like maybe 50% of land that can be turned into 25% of land that can be turned into agriculture, which can also be used for housing and infrastructure. The Chinese population is growing. Remember. So you have less and less land that's arable. So what happens is, less and less land means less and less food to grow. So you want to be as thrifty as possible with your resources among 2 billion people. And since the Chinese people have now implemented a two-child policy, which the Chinese people just ignores because they have as many kids as they want. It's fuck you, we have as many kids as we want. The population is expected to be doubled, and also there's problems in India as well. You got the Khar Desert taking up much of the land, as of the Gobi Desert in China taking up much of the land, or the Mojave Desert in America taking up all the Southwest. So America has this problem as well. Is that they don't have very arable land. So maybe you have to go to the sea to look for. Maybe you have to turn to the sea for sustenance as well. So what happens is you want to try and preserve as much food as possible to make sure that the rice in the bag, the uncooked rice in the bag, or other foodstuffs will last as long as possible. Then you go and spend more money to get another reload every 2 months, 3 months, and whatnot. More if you have more kids, right? So in this case, oh wow, it's starting to really fill up. So in this case, with the rice trick, the rice story is that if you do not clear out your bowl, your spouse, if you're a girl or a boy, either way, or Z, non-binary, what happens is that if your spouse, I just call it spouse, would have these permanent disfigurements such as pox, acne scars. I have a few acne scars myself because as a teenager, who doesn't want to pop their zits, right? But dents. I think I got this dent from running really hard into I think it was the end of a bed or something like that, and I was going at full speed into it. When you're a kid, you learn how to stumble and go, yeah, I'm stumbling. It's like that scene on Born on the 4th of July where Ron Kovacs is learning how to walk again, but he overextended himself and he permanently caused damage to his leg after overextending himself when he was vocationally able to train to how to walk again. Then he tripped. He overextended his weakened muscles and he tripped, and then he snapped his leg or something like that. And that's how you as a kid, when you go full speed into stuff, especially on a skateboard or something, and so when you have a lot of teenage kids and they do a lot of teenage things that are fun, like, I don't know, sex, let's look at cum, but they will definitely need a lot of this stuff. So if it's a parent, as a parent, you can also save yourself try to be more conscious to environment. I'm sure you mums, you dads out there also would cycle through. We have a demotion. We have a system where you have fresh new pads of scrub pads, and then as they wear out after throughout the year or throughout the 2 years or whatever, then they get demoted to say toilet duty or etc. That's a good way of doing it too. In my case, I cycle through my clothing. I throw no, this is what I'm wearing now, but in a few days, because I don't go outside for a while because I'm catching up on videos. I'm catching up on paperwork. So then eventually just gets all sweaty and stuff from being in the house, covered in food mess or pet mess or pet hairs or whatever, and then you wash it, and then it goes to the bottom of the clean pile, and then it slowly finds its way up. This makes your clothes last forever. I got this in junior high, and yeah, if you could control and reuse your materials, you can sustain a huge family. See, everything is all dripping to the bottom now again, like candle wax. So I rather maybe I'll show another video of me doing this. Then you use my fingers to scoop it up, and then more glug comes to the bottom, and then we'll see. Hopefully, maybe we can actually have another inch of soap left. What do you guys think? I think all that stuff I scooped up in the bottom are starting to form at the bottom here. Especially if you live outdoors. If I plan to get a cabin out there. Because I had my brother's ex-girlfriend's father-in-law. They welcomed me into their family as well, and they were at the time they were practicing. They were just going out to their cabin, a quarter of a mile, 1/4 mile property, and that's huge. And it required a lot of work, and they were at the time converting it into a hobby buffalo ranch. So I was thinking of doing something similar, maybe meeting up with some indigenous people, learning about their ways of land management to honor their culture and their traditions. Because in my other videos, you would see that I have not an in, but I am an ally of indigenous culture, genuine ally of indigenous culture, and I would like to prefer, if I were to prefer to become a landowner, because they are the true landowners. I am just a major domo. I'm just a major domo, basically. A major domo is a person who basically runs the house of a master who's not been there for a while. In this case, God owns this planet. Allah owns this planet. Any other Shivan Pathians, Atlantean Olympic Pathians, Chinese Pathians, Tiananian Pathians. They all own this planet. We are the major domos that were supposed to use what resources they give us and the intellect that they give us to kind of create a society of plenty for everyone, but also elevate this planet to join the galactic community, kind of thing. That's my take in it, anyways. And being responsible with resources is a good way of doing it. It's a great way of. See, look, I've saved myself a huge shitload of soap. Let's see if we can scoop up another handful of soap here, and then see what happens there. Scooping up the soap with my fingers. Scooping up the soap. See, the blobs are getting much smaller now because there's like less soap coming down to the bottom. So we could add water to it, but that'll kind of you want the soap as much as possible original, not original, but you know what? Maybe I'll invent a special kind of spoon you can add to these bottoms here, and then Maybe give those away for free. I had a special spoon where you can scoop up this shit and just scoop it up. Maybe a Q-tip. Q-tip on a stick, and you can just scoop up attach blobs of this crap onto it. Globules of this. So having to dip your fingers in it like some kind of a teenager having sex for the first time, not knowing what the hell to do, and getting their hands covered in their spouse's or their partner's spunk, and not knowing what to do with it. Not being awkward that way. Because this looks really gross, and get some sludge on the side of my finger there. I'm hoping that's sludge, not just skin cells. Well, it is skin cells, actually. Whatever. Who said saving the environment? Who says being a greenie is not so it's not gross, Aha, see, look, a huge drop is forming. And there's still some more coming down. See, this drop is slowly dripping. This guy right there. This teardrop. It looks like those old teardrops they use in the old 60s and 70s TV shows. The plastic the fake tear, the plastic one that makes you look like someone's crying. It looks like that is, which is actually just glitter and glue to make it look like someone's crying, and fake teardrop. And so what happened? What they can do is, I don't know, make a character really cry and snot, hit themselves until snot comes out of them. That actually happened. A bunch of cyber bullies bullied this young autistic man, and forced him to assault himself with self-assault himself while extorting him $6,000 of money. If you guys know who I'm talking about, then kudos to you, fellow Kiwis. I'm not telling you my Kiwi account name just in case I get doxxed. You guys are gonna headhunt me. Alright, well that's it for now. I'll get right cracking on other projects, and I'll put this to this. I'll put this to the side back in the bathroom, and I'll put the soap jug back into the bathroom. Then we'll remove the labels and recycle this fucker, and then add this to recycling by removing the label. This is a built-in label. Well, actually, this is a plastic label, so you can that can stay. But thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be right back. Like you, I'm learning how to talk in a more calm voice instead of having a geeky, squeaky voice. Hopefully, this will work, and hopefully, I can have a biased shaman's voice. So thank you for watching our show, and another year, another summer. Hopefully I can continue going back to Bow Valley College and continuing to be a student there, and we'll continue to have more of these adventures before I eventually disappear to suburbia forever. forever, ever, evermore. Oh, I don't want to. I miss you people. Ah, at the Calgary Stampede, I got the inspiration to work as a carny. Maybe I'll get to. Maybe I'll join before I turn too old and too useless, and old and infirm. Maybe I'll work as a carny before settling down to my civilian life as joining the reserves and living in suburbia. You gotta do at least one. I gotta go at least one more time out into the world for adventures. And this is how a social. If you're working as a teacher, if you're working as a social worker, you don't have much money because we're not in the business for money. We're in the business for non-profit. we're in business for non-profiting. The only people who profit from our supply from our efforts is humanity itself. Our society, you help someone who's down and get back up, and they help themselves. Actually, you kind of convince them to stick around, not jump and whatnot. Ooh, look, more soap. Stick around and. So I say that I would repeat this ritual. Sometimes when I have a really bad poop, and it overcomes your the toilet paper, you're gonna want to do that. You're gonna want to, or you have kids, and your kids just something really gross, or if you're a kid yourself and you hurt yourself really badly and you're covered in blood. Thanks because you decide to go escape, which is okay. Now you know not to do a particular move, Or your hands are covered in gasoline because you work on the lawnmower. I suggest getting an electric lawnmower to prevent that from happening. Oh, wow. So you start to get full. You start to get all these foamy bubbles on the top, too, because they don't know what the hell is going on. Eventually the bubbles would last. The bubbles would not last. Remember, it was down here. Now it's up here, or maybe we added this much here, and now we have maybe this much left to go to fill it up. So I think we can fill it up actually, or maybe get it up to here, the top of it. This particular position. Eventually the bottle will get too well used and too gross, so the label will come off. So eventually we have to put it out of its misery. Sometimes you gotta spend and get new stuff, just to keep the economy flowing, but it's always good to preserve as much as possible. This computer, for example, here is really old now. It's like at least 3 years old. It still runs well. It's starting to show signs of aging, but it's starting to drip down even more now. Okay, so see, it's starting to drip down even more. So we'll come back another few hours from now and see how much of it drips down. All right. Thank you for watching our show. We're gonna be right back.